Hello everyone, Atou here.
And Tsuyoi!
And we're back, a Gundam tale.
Yes.
So we made our way all the way back to where you won the last boss battle. And continue on the dungeon.
Oh boy, it's time to die. What sort of danger shall Tsuyoi face? A diamond? What be this? I do not know. Don't stealth system expire right now? I'm talking. But Atou has many things to say. Many things to get off his chest. Confessions. Of sorts. Confessions of what he's been thinking about recently. Also known as thoughts. What the fuck is this? An Altron and a Scythe. Let me take a look at you. So you're the Altron, right? Okay. Let's see. Acid proof, heat proof, shock proof, mind proof, hurt proof. I really wish one of you would stop being heat proof so I could just bullshit my way through you. And what the hell is that claw on your hand?
The dragon arm.
Oh, that's the dragon arm?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I did not know. Uh-huh. I see where we are here. Mind proof, hurt proof. Okay, yeah, you're everything proof. You're everything proof. Wasn't there just two things that encompassed everything anyway?
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just use that more. Okay. So you're boosting immediately, huh?
Yeah, they both have 25,000 HP.
These are the ones you said would be buffing.
Yep.
See, my thought process is we should be buffing as well. And I mean fucking hard.
Alright. Just find it curious that you decided to open up the episode that way. I'm wondering, did you have any inclination at what I was planning to bring up?
No. I mean, well, one thing that I'm thinking you forgot about, but we'll see.
I see. Because there was an interesting experience I had recently. And I figured I'll bring it up. That seems like a fun topic.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh. Of course. Fuck you. Does blocking help? I bet it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Okay then. So, a thought process occurred to me. And I was thinking about furries and lolicons and various things like that.
Oh boy.
And when those thoughts occurred to me, I noticed that there was a similarity between the two that I find that is undeniable.
Uh-huh. Well, let me try my best to deny it. I'll try. Don't you say it's undeniable. You haven't even heard me. Don't you... Okay, thank you, fucker.
And that is that the things that they fantasize about are rooted in fantasy. And when I say rooted in fantasy, I mean you will never find that stuff in real life.
You mean anthropomorphic animal people?
Yeah, like for furries, anthropomorphic animal people. For lolicons, like, you know, perfect little girls that act like adults and whatever have you. It's just like, you know, anything that you see in like those categories or whatever, they're fantasized in like the greatest sense of the word. It's a fantasy. You're not gonna find that stuff in real life. Which then got me to thinking, okay, so those subjects I'm more familiar with, but what about the other stuff I'm not familiar with? Are they... Huh?
As soon as I didn't immediately revive someone, I knew this was about to happen. Fucker. Okay, you're saying.
Huh. They hit everybody that wasn't. I wonder if it would be best if Fritz just died. In an ideal world, it would get rid of all of his debuffs, since he's system cracked.
I just thought you were saying horrible things about Fritz also. I was like, where is this hatred for Fritz coming from? I thought that was my joke. You can't do that, that's my thing.
He'll die, get rid of all of his weaknesses, and come back even stronger.
No! No! I see. I was wondering, I upped some people's armor really good, and I wondered why they were hurting me so bad. But I forgot they upped themselves so hard.
Yeah. Well, only one of them upped themselves super hard.
Right. Only one of them did that.
The other one just debuffed someone super hard on your side.
Right, and I'm about to system crack the one that buffed himself.
Ah, okay. And bring him down to normal.
No, don't you fucking Chatfield! What the hell is this bullshit? Don't you start realizing what I'm... No one gets to observe and know what I've been doing this whole time? Fuck you! I hope most of my shit's lasers, because I don't know. I just ordered you to do this, and I regret everything. At least the sniper rifle was probably bullets.
Yeah, this is the battle in which bringing Hal was helpful, because since he was slower than them, after like Altron used his super buff, it just immediately brought that back down to 0.
Yeah, right. And I can understand that. It's just I don't want to.
Alright. Well, who knows? You may not have a choice in the matter. Or, well, actually, you do have a choice, but we're just going to see how stubborn you're going to be about it. You know, how many game overs is it going to take if it comes down to that? But back to my original thing. Okay, so back to my whole thing.
One thing, I'm sorry. Do you know which one I hit? Was it this guy? I feel it was this guy.
It may have been Death Scythe, but here's the thing that you should keep in mind. Altron is going to keep super buffing himself.
Okay.
Death Scythe is going to keep super debuffing your team when it gets the chance.
Right.
So who do you feel is the higher priority for that?
Holy shit, dude! I system cracked you!
Yeah, you brought him back down to normal.
Why was he able to one-shot someone like that?
They're bosses, and he used a super on a person who wasn't blocking and had no buffs.
Man.
You know, this is a boss fight.
I'm gonna die here. I want one more. That's how many.
Okay, I mean, that's why I started us out the way we did, so we wouldn't be spending too much time running back and forth.
Okay.
Okay, so that, yeah, like, coming to that realization, and, you know, that's something that I see as, like, undeniable when it comes to those two things. Despite how singularly self-contained they easily are, they share that commonality. And I was thinking, okay, well, what about other fetishes? Yeah, what about other fetishes? Like, are they also like that? And I was thinking, well, let's just find something to where I could probably easily, like, distinguish if that's a thing.
Okay.
And you know what I decided would be the easiest thing to distinguish if it also has that same kind of stuff to it?
What?
Okay, what's the term? Scat. But when I say scat, I don't mean like the music.
Oh, you don't mean the great music.
Yeah, I don't mean the great music. I mean the fetishization of fecal matter. Yeah, I believe that's the proper term. The fetishization of fecal matter.
Does that not count pee?
No, that's actually something different.
I mean, I know it's called water sports, but I figured it was included in scat.
No. Yeah, everything has its own category. It's like how there are people who would argue that when you talk about furries, that does not include like the non-furry creatures, like scalies, insectoids, and stuff like that. Or when you talk about like lolicons, like that does not include little boys. That's like shotas and stuff like that. You know, everything has its own little category when you go into it. Yeah. So when I said, okay, scat, that's the most easiest one to be able to like tell. So I went to my trusted local Doujin site on the internet.
Oh boy.
Went to the not safe for work section.
Oh boy, there was a safe for work section? Cool.
Yeah. Well, Doujins aren't all erotic in nature.
Okay, well it's good to clarify that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the term Doujin just means fan-made comic.
Indeed.
So, went to the not safe work section, and then like found the tag scat.
Oh boy.
And then I picked top 5
Wow.
Because on these websites, people can like give a star of I give this 4 stars out of blah, or give this 1 star out of blah, and things like that.
This is the one section where the words "but poop comes from there" is not met with "not now, it doesn't." Damn it.
Okay, so when I did that, I read? No. Looked at. Yeah. I observed the top 5 highest rated doujins that were of the scat category. And I would say read, but only 2 of them were translated. The other 3 were in foreign languages. One was in Japanese, and the other 2 were in Chinese. Yeah, okay. And when I was looking over them, the thing that I was looking for proved to be true. Now, this might be a little bit biased, considering it was only 5 out of 3,000 possible choices that brought up, and these were the highest rated. So, these are things that connoisseurs out there that prefer this kind of stuff saying yes, this is the best representation of the desire or whatever. So I'm not quite sure if this is quite applicable for the majority of it. But something I noticed is that the way they fetishized poop in there was pretty much the same way that I've seen furries and lolicons fetishized, in that I have never seen poop be the way that it was presented in the way of those doujins. Now, granted, my experience is limited to my own bowel movements, unflushed toilets that I've seen in my life, and animal droppings.
Okay, that's weird.
What, should I have been exposed to more poop in my life?
No. What just happened there? No, never mind. I mistook something I saw there. Never mind. Go ahead. Continue. I thought I raised Aeon's defense once, which should have countered it. But no, it just hadn't happened yet.
I see.
Okay, let's see. So all the buffing's done for a while. Aeon's just a little worse for wear in that department. Okay, fair enough. I'm good.
Right. So, let's see. I was saying. Okay, yeah. Everything that was presented in there was clear poop fantasy, in that I have never seen poop act or be presented in well, of course not be presented, but more or less what's the way to put it? As far as consistency, substance, the way the material acts when it interacts with the world and stuff like that, it's I've never seen poop ever be that way in my life for pretty much a majority of the 5 that I read. One of them was a bit more closer to okay, yeah, that is more closer to how I've seen poop interact with real world phenomena. But the other things, they were clearly fantasized. You've never seen this type of poop in real life.
Oh, come on. I mean, what were we talking about? Sentient talking? Was there sentient talking poop?
No.
I mean, I've seen the Great and Mighty Pooh, so I mean, I've seen some shit, man. Literally.
Right. But it's kind of the best way I can describe it, as I feel that's the best amount of detail you can get with something that's so varied. You gotta keep in mind, someone took the time to make a scenario, draw it out, and make a story behind it, and all that kind of stuff. So there are differences like that. So I guess you have to look for the core, but still different little things.
This isn't going to turn out very... Wait. Oh, this can work out. Because Altron's going to be an asshole and do a big stabby stab. And that's going to be bad. But I can come in and counterattack it, right? I can use counter zone, right?
Yeah.
That'll work even on something with that level of priority?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Only one way
Barrier field would block it. Oh, but Aeon doesn't have it.
Only one way to find out.
And the other one's going to use chat field, isn't he?
Fucker, you're probably right. And I don't mean you, fucker. I mean him, fucker. Oh, shit. Well, then, if that's the case, then Aeon, I need you to come in and, charge the fuck out of yourself. Oh, well, shit. Here we go.
Okay. So,
Someone's gonna die. Oh, Aeon. Well, that's fine.
Dancer has higher priority.
Good to know!
But, well, this ain't...
Poop is amazing.
Poop, as presented in these doujins, was amazing. And in the sense of like just how fantasized they were, and I'd found that just pretty much amusing, more or less. That I wonder if this is like the great commonality between all fantasies, is that
Fetishes.
well, fantasies slash fetishes, like what have you, they're the same thing really, and that's because like they're all rooted in the fantasy. Like you're not gonna see it in real life, more or less.
I'd say for some fetishes, there are definitely some I can think of that are, you know, not rooted in fantasy.
Like,
Foot fetish.
you really don't think that there are examples of like the most perfect godlike feet out there?
Yeah, there are examples. That doesn't mean it's rooted in it, though. You were saying rooted.
No, I didn't.
I could have sworn you did. We'll fix it in post.
I was saying that like the greatest stuff you see out there, it's basically unrealistic.
Well, yeah, obviously. People are going to gravitate towards that stuff.
It's like, that was just the amusing thing that I found. Like, it is fantasy. Like, I'm not probably not explaining it correctly or the best I can.
That's probably the
but,
best.
like, unrealistic expectations. Yes, actually, that's a pretty good description of it. Like, most of these fantasies slash fetishes, like, they seem to just be unrealistic expectations.
This was almost going down exactly the same way, with Bazuli being left and almost being confused. I find that amusing. You're just gonna hit me really fucking hard, and I know it. No, I should fucking block. This isn't going down the same way. It's going down a far worse way. Fuck this, I'm getting out. Oh, who can survive this crap? Wait. You're just gonna do the system crack and bullshit, aren't you? I see it. I see it now. You've looped, perhaps. Do it, Fritz. Bring. I don't know which one to bring. Try me. She's got lots of health. Oh, well, I don't know why the hell you did that. Okay, I don't know what the hell you two are doing, but that was a great waste of a turn. Thank you very much. Thank you for your mercy. It also means you're not going to have any TP next turn.
I would say that was almost the ultimate defense.
It probably was, except for, you know... Well, what was the other one? Beamfield?
Yeah, like one was clearly setting up to counter melee, while the other one was countering ranged. Only one of the two range types, but still they put up a pretty strong defense.
I wonder who'll go first. Her or him? We're gonna assume it's... Please. No! Why? Why would you do that? Why, you bastard? You just got done doing a super, and no, let me super again. Fuck you. Okay, go ahead.
And continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that was an interesting thought process I had one afternoon. And that, you know, these fantasies are fantasies. And the biggest examples are fantasies. So, does that same logic apply to the other fantasized stuff that I'm not too familiar with to basically confidently say that they're fantasies? And based on the small example I did, it's like, yes, with the easy enough to compare with, you know, all the like things in life, as that, yep, this is like clearly have like the big root in fantasy. So I'm gonna say with this, what?
Don't know. You did it, so I wanted to do it. I'm not being left out of this shit. You clapped, I clap.
I was getting a mosquito.
I know you were.
Okay.
Am I alive? Yeah, I'm alive. I need to ask myself that every day. Am I alive? Yes. Yes, I am.
So yeah, I'm fairly willing to say with any confidence that, like, you know, any sort of fetish that you see out there, like, it probably has this majority of, like, some kind of fantasy that you're just, you know, nah. Like, if you ever wonder why would anyone like that, then it's probably just to just think about, well, obviously they have a unrealistic expectation, fantasization of it than you do.
I die here anyway. There's nothing, no point. I might have to go get Hal. That was a lot of damage.
Yeah. Which I think it's fairly interesting from like a psychological standpoint of, you know, having the, but like being able to understand people's like mindsets and things like that. In terms of coming down as to why people like certain things or like why they don't like certain things. And when it comes to things like doujins and fetishes, I feel that it's actually a pretty good example of like the person who makes it obviously likes this thing. So they're drawing it from their perspective, and this is one of those opportunities to be able to see something from another person's perspective. Like, this is how they view that aspect of the world around them. You know, like,
this is how they view that aspect of the world around them?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a foot fetish, and I don't see all feet as this perfect thing. It's not really how I view the world around me. I mean, what? I mean, clarify. What do you mean by that?
Okay. Gonna try that again. The fight.
Yes. Thought you meant what I said. I mean, I have a furry fetish and I don't see human animals everywhere. I have weird thoughts, though. May I please let me get me one little thing out.
Okay.
So, you know the goddess Bast?
From
Egypt? Egyptian mythology?
Yeah.
With, like, the tiger head and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You think those were the first, you think that people back then were the first furries?
No.
I mean, they created literal anthropomorphic animal people. I can't think of any earlier examples of anthropomorphic animal people that I've seen in anything.
Well, in that case, you just got to turn to ancient mythologies from different cultures. And there are cultures that are certainly more ancient than Egypt.
Okay, true. And were there anthropomorphic animal people that we know of?
Sure. And, well, I'd say it depends on one's definition of anthropomorphic. You know, one person's definition of anthropomorphic is that they have ears and a tail. Another person's definition of anthropomorphic is that they're exactly like an animal, except they talk.
Oh, you're sliding scale furrying me.
That's not sliding scale, that's degrees.
Yeah, it's a scale. 1 through 10. You told me about it.
Yeah, I guess. But,
okay.
You know, it's like, you know, how does one accept what, you know, qualities will define that for them?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, back in the day, to see someone's, like, you know, some guy just seeing, like, pictures of Bass, and he's like, yeah, I'd hit that.
I imagine that that applied for many reasons other than the fact of lying head.
Fair enough.
You know, who wouldn't want to hook up with a goddess of their land?
Also fair enough.
Yeah. But, you know, is there, like, did anyone do it for that specific reason? Probably. You know, now, there's all kinds of people in the world. Which kind of goes back...
Shit. I have 12 of these? I mean, these aren't the best characters to use it for, but,
right.
I'm at least using that one.
12 in the entire game. 12 for this entire dungeon run. Because you never get any more.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I have all of them in the game?
Yeah, you should. Assuming you haven't used any up to this point. And, like, from what I recall from memory, Like, stuff you pick up in treasure chests are not going to be of that nature.
I decided to boost Aeon to max so that she could immediately system crack that fucker. I should have been speed jamming him instead of attack jamming him. What did you get with that? Okay, fair enough. Whatever.
Okay. I thought you said you were going to system crack him, but obviously you meant the next turn.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
I didn't have the thing for it immediately. Let's see.
So, like, you asked me to clarify what I meant on that.
Yes,
about
said how
earlier.
that shapes the world.
And that you're assuming that, like, I'm saying that, oh, everybody has, like, this perfect idealization or something. Is that what you were saying? That was my proclamation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean it shapes the way the world is the way they see the world around them?
So, what I'm trying to say is that everybody has these different perspectives on things. And sometimes it's hard to understand how someone could like or agree with such a perspective. When you have a disagreement or a dislike, or even if you're neutral about it, and you try to understand it. Because, like, you can't really always see something from someone else's point of view. Pictures and doujins, I find, are a pretty good way of, something being represented the way that someone views something, how they fantasize something. Not necessarily rooted in reality, it's just that, like, this is the aspects that they glorify and things like that. They don't exactly, like, touch upon the other aspects or anything like that. And, also pointing out was, like, you know how I said highest rated? Well, when I went for highest rated, another reason for that was that showed that out of a bunch of people that shared this particular interest, many agreed that this was acceptable or preferable, or like this was good, in terms of like what they prefer. Like this is one of the best qualities out there.
Fair enough.
So, like, I'm not saying that, like, everybody has this, like, a standardization of, like, oh, this perfect, like, shaped bean or colored bean, or, like, these proportions are great. No, like, that's always going to be, like, a variable. But more or less what I was getting at is that everyone, that has a, high preference for something can, like, more or less, like, agree that, this is, like, the preferred fantasy, or like, this is a common fantasy that you will see, like a commonality trait and things like that, as opposed to like the other stuff.
I did it, Ado. I did the revival chain. I broke out the maximum technique for this shit, just so I wouldn't have to use Howl. Fuck you, it's not. I would laugh if you went for. They really fucking hate you, Bazooka. Jesus. I'm impressed with how much they don't like you, Bazooka. What the fuck did I do? Clearly they know. Clearly they know. That's amazing. That's beautiful. I feel lightheaded. Okay, what do I do? Tremi, help me out here.
Right. Okay.
Overall?
So yes, that's what I'm more or less saying. Just because like you have a foot fetish, because you have a furry fetish, just because you have a lolicon fetish, I'm not saying that like I have the most perfect thing for you right here, because all of yous like this stuff, don't you?
Okay, when you said
like,
the way you see the world around you, I thought you meant the what you see day-to-day life.
Okay, I
Lightning
see.
Lance.
Okay, I think I see what you're saying.
He's about to use the shittier version of Lightning Lancer. I'm not sure that Counterzone would stop that, actually.
It might, since it's the worse version. And do you feel you're going to win this run?
Yes, I could!
So then, why not dare?
Because if I dare, that's risking. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. What do I do? There's no way that anyone who gets hit by it is going to survive it. I know what I need. I need to get Aeon out here. I need to get her back to 9 and system crack the fucker again. What are you guys at? You're at attack down. Jeez. Let's see. There's no way I'm going to go before them. That's for sure. I don't have Beam Field out. I could do the chain again.
Alright. Let's see, if it was me, I would have had Oh No go out there, try to the Come At Me Bro super on the effort, like the hope that it would try, and then have my other two members super one of them. Whichever one I was focusing on at the time.
Yeah, I could see myself pulling that off.
Yeah, because worst case scenario, one of your teammates dies.
Or
wait a second, I just thought of something.
What?
Altron's gonna super, so...
Yeah, it's not gonna be a Chatfield.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
We went before. Well, Voltic Lancer did, but of course Voltic Lancer's gonna be before Lightning Lancer. Holy shit, dude. Here comes Lightning Lancer! Oh, well, that's fine. She already got her shit off anyway. Though it does make this completely worthless.
But now, you know.
I kind of already figured. Oh, you fucker! Oh, hey, here it comes. Please do not be attacking me. Is that a thing he can do?
I don't think so. The fact that, like, he got it off is, good.
Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah. Okay, so, Hell Scythe is gonna do...
He's gonna do his slashy big thing. It's gonna suck really bad. Say, I can still defend as Bazuli, right? That's allowed, right?
You can try.
Apparently he decided not to do that. I didn't need to give a Dumbass! Motherfucker! There's no way I'm winning this one. Fucking go. Okay. Oh no. Wait, which one? Yeah. No, not you. You're not the one I wanted to attack. Fine, you know what? It's fine. You're still not super, you.
Okay. So, yeah, like, did I clarify a bit more? I wasn't, like, generalizing the views of the people, but I was just saying that this is an interesting commonality that can be applicable in terms of, like, a human psychology of trying to understand others.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, and...
Down I go.
Right.
I'm still not giving up.
Okay. And... yeah, I think that's really, like, all I have to, like, say on about it. An interesting psychological observation I have that seems applicable to, like, just everything out there, and probably just something to keep in mind when dealing with others. If they bring up something odd to you, there's like, well, how can someone like that? It's probably because that the way they view / desire / fantasize about it, it's clearly different from how you view / desire / fantasize about it. There's aspects that, like, they enjoy about it that you don't particularly focus on. And I just, like, you know, yeah, it was quite interesting that, like, a couple of comics were really good at exemplifying this. But it is around that time. And let's see, you had 3 losses against it, right?
Yep.
Let's see, and my rule was 3 episodes. Okay, so here's your first episode of your multiple attempts against the boss before I just, like, nope, and we'll just keep on doing recordings until you get that one episode that you finally win. So, see you next time, everyone.
See you later. I'm sorry. I love you.